Everyone, thank you for joining our seventh community call. It's now 5:05 UTC, so I think it's fair that we get started. We usually get started about when 42 members join, but I think today's a bit slower. And yeah, just to be respectful of your time, today's updates are fairly brief. When it comes to BabelFish, I think the most important update that we have to share the official sell date that we're going to be having for the fish so that we can commence governance ASAP will be the 21st of this month. So next Monday for the Blockchain Whispers closed sale. And then that's going to last for 48 hours or as long as the tokens allocated last. And then the public sale will take place the 24th. So the 24th will be a Thursday. And again, same idea, 48 hours or for as long as the fish last. So it's really exciting. As promised, we wanted to have the token sale around the same time that we would have a live product, at least a very basic alpha version. And we can now say that XUSD, the very basic version to begin aggregating stablecoins from Ethereum and Binance over to Rootstock, is now live. It's been live for the past week over at Sovereign. So right now you can bridge USDC, USDT, DAI, as well as BUSD in Binance chain. You can port them over now over to Rootstock chain using the bridges that were built by Sovereign, and this will be aggregated under XUSD. Right now, this can be explored on RSK Explorer. And right now we are just about 5 million. We're at 4.8 million in deposits in the first week. This has been, very silently released, very little marketing about it, both on Sovereign's end and on our end. So we're really excited post token sale once we start promoting BabelFish proper, as well as commence liquidity mining and all of those programs. We're excited to see the amount of XUSD minted grow substantially, and together with you create the proper governance and the proper parameters to make sure that we have a safe meta stablecoin that can be used across chains. So really exciting beginning. We really are on track to deliver the things that we've been talking about since the first community call. Likewise, we are going to be improving the interface that you can see right now in Sovereign, just to make it simpler and a bit more branded. And then we expect to have soon after the token sale, early next month, the governance platform ready over at BabelFish, so that again, together with you guys, together as a community, we can all vote on the proper parameters on the weights of each stablecoin, which stablecoin should we consider accepting, as well as where should we be lending, and many other cool things. Most of the decisions that are going to be made will be made by the community, again, with the idea of enabling, stablecoin experimentation, but at the same time, providing insurance and making sure that that the users are protected and be able to move their stablecoins and use them across chains. So really exciting to be seeing all of this coming together. Next update, in order of relevance, I guess also important to share, some of our community members were at the Bitcoin conference in Miami, and we've heard a lot of positive feedback from them in terms of the popularity of BabelFish and Sovereign. So just from random meetings, conversing with people around the conference, whether at the bar or in between conferences, and just mentioning Sovereign or mentioning BabelFish, and people actually being very aware and very excited about about both Sovereign and about BabelFish in particular. We've met even community managers from other stablecoin projects that that are rooting for the mission of BabelFish, which is to encourage stablecoin experimentation and increase stablecoin flow. So all in all, very good feedback from the conference, from some of our community members over there. Yeah, and then from the community that is beginning to grow officially, to manage all of the members that want to participate and earn fish instead of just participating in the token sale. We've created six what we call schools of fish. So we have 6 schools right now on BabelFish, in which anybody can participate after filling the form. So these are just broad schools to organize how we are going to be onboarding talent and creating this ecosystem together. So we have the adoption school, which is basically related to all of the efforts post-sale to increase adoption, as the name says. So basically initiatives that have to do with marketing, all the way to promoting the ecosystem, promoting BabelFish across the ecosystem, education, and things like that. Then community, it's more related to the existing community that we have growing every day, how to encourage further participation, make sure that everybody feels part of the community. Development school, of course, pretty self-explanatory, the very tech-focused school. Ecosystem school, it's about growing BabelFish's offering. So making sure that we are aligned with the proper partners, making sure that that the users are being rewarded. Then we have the story school, which is everything that has to do with copywriting. It also has to do a bit with the visual image that we want to build. And then finally, strategy school. So if you feel strategy is also pretty self-explanatory, but it's about making decisions to make sure that as we build the governance, we're making the right decisions moving forward, and making sure that all of these schools that were just mentioned are aligned and working together, sort of like in harmony. So these are the sort of schools that we have, the 6 schools, just to begin onboarding talent in a more organized way. So again, we encourage everybody listening to reach out to any of the members of the community, fill the form, and just reach out. Again, there's many more ways to earn fish. We prefer to earn fish rather than just purchasing it. Both are great, but the best way to be part of this community, which we think it's really exciting, again, being in the center of stablecoin experimentation, and then also in Bitcoin Layer 2, it's one of the most exciting projects out there. So, and we really want to share this journey with you guys. We're just starting, so you're very early. Feel free to reach out to any of us, and we'll make sure to find a role for you, or even better, come up with a role and specific deliverables yourself. We really cannot wait to hear from you. So I guess that's about 7-8 minutes for me. We can open it up now to questions if there are any. I'd be happy to answer to the best of my knowledge. But again, very excited to have the token sales happening next week, and to have XUSD live, and to have these 6 new schools to properly grow the community together, as we continue building and ahead of launching governance. So those are the main updates. Thank you very much, guys, for your time, and now we're open for questions. A question that somebody was asking earlier via chat, it's how can we see the analytics in terms of which stablecoin, so percentage of each stablecoin being deposited. What will be coming in the next few weeks. Right now, the priority was to have a very simple XUSD to bring liquidity over to Sovereign. Now the next priority is having a proper token sale, and then interfaces will be improved and come along with governance as well, so that we can make the right decisions moving forward. I think Magic Mike is raising the hand. I don't know how to.
Oh, there we go.
Right.
So the XUSD that's been issued so far on Sovereign, who has custody of that collateral? Is that Sovereign or is that BabelFish?
Yeah, so until BabelFish officially rolls out governance and we can start making decisions as a community, right now it's being handled by the Sovereign team, whose bridges we are using right now to bring over our Meta stablecoin.
Okay. And then so there'll be no investment of any of the collateral up until some point that the governance, the community decides what the appropriate investment strategy is. Is that what I understood?
That's correct. We have our own ideas for the alpha version, but we want to put it up for a vote with fish holders. Correct.
Okay. Thank you.
Thanks.
Is there any more information online other than what's on your website as far as the protocol goes?
Yeah, so we've been very stealth up until now, including the release of XUSD, which is why I was saying, again, we're all super early here before the token sale. The information that we have on BabelFish.money is everything we have now, plus the SIP that we submitted, so the Sovereign Improvement Proposal. If you haven't had a chance to check it out,
no, I've read that.
That's where we have.
It's a little hard to DYOR without anything more than what's on the website and the SIP.
Right. So this is actually a great point. So we were actually discussing among some of us in the schools of fish. Our main priority, it's really the tagline to enhance stablecoin flow across chains and provide. We proposed, a very simple solution where we are going to be lending out, and then with the yield of the stablecoins earned by the stablecoin collateral that's being lent, we would periodically purchase Bitcoin. Now, this is a very simple proposal, and it's broad enough that will allow for participation for the governance. So we've been discussing internally how much information should we give. But the reality is that the stablecoin ecosystem, is so dynamic and is changing so fast, just like DeFi. Year to year, it changes. And so we really want this to be powered by the governance. We foresee BabelFish adapting according to the industry and market conditions. And so we expect this to be a very dynamic protocol that is concerned with enabling stablecoin flow while protecting the users and providing the right incentives also while at it. So that's why we're being, in that sense, it's very clear what our objective is, and we think it's also a very cool, unique value proposition to have some sort of Bitcoin insurance. But everything else, we really want it to be decided by the fish holders and to really promote stablecoin research.
Yeah, no, I agree. It's very cool. I just like if there's any way you can put more information out, in the public sale, you're going to lock everybody up for 10 months. So if you drop any surprises beyond the 5 paragraphs that's on the website, then it's you're locked up for 10 months to wait that out.
Right. Yeah, there really shouldn't be any surprises. What will happen will need to be, like any important decision, will need to be voted on by the governance. which should be ready just as fish holders begin to vest, as well as community participants.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Magic Mike. Guys, you should be like Magic Mike. Don't be afraid to ask questions. We're really doing this together. So if you have any questions, feel free. Otherwise, we can adjourn the call a bit earlier. Cool. Guys, I wish we could share more updates about conversations that we're having with other stablecoin protocols, but early, so as not to jinx it. But all we can say is we're really moving forward as planned. There's a lot of excitement across stablecoin issuers and users. So we're really happy about what we're building and starting with Sovereign. And yeah, really cool to see you all on this 7th call. And so I think if there's no additional questions, we can all continue with our busy days and weeks, and we will adjourn this call, and I will stay on it regardless another 5 minutes if there's some additional questions. Thank you very much.